Do not get scammed on Indeed. As an international student, as a new
Yeah, so I see a girl record a video that said do not get scam on Indeed. This actually happened to me when I just came to Canada as a foreign worker. There was a freeze on employment for foreign workers, so all of us were seeking additional alternatives like what we could do if we don't get to renew our contracts. Now, this is before I decided to go to school. Anyway, I saw an ad on Indeed that said they wanted like admin assistant, blah blah blah. It seems legit. So I replied to the ad, and the persons were in dialogue with me, calling, emailing, telling me what to do. Like they're a company that I would do business on their behalf, blah blah blah. Anyway, it was agreed that they would send me a check, and whenever the check clear, I would do whatever they tell me to do. I'm like, okay. So they sent the check. I deposited the check in my account, and within a few days, it said it was clear. Now, I didn't understand at the time that in Canada they will allow you to use a part of what's on the check until the check is actually clear. So I thought it was cleared. So I contacted them to say, hey, the check is cleared. What do you want me to do? Now, these people know exactly what they are doing. They prey on people that are vulnerable, and they know people are desperate. So when he told me what to do, he's like, oh, I needed to pay these suppliers, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm like, okay, if the check is cleared, let me do it. So my limit for the day, I think it was like 1,500. So I had extended the limit because to I think 2,000 something, and I sent two persons the money and whatever. No, I told him that I couldn't do everything on the same day. So can you imagine if I had the all of the money, I would have lost all that money because the check was for like 10,000, but I only had like 3,000 in my account at the time. So I told him that the next day I would do the rest because I have a limit on my daily spending. The next day I was at work and I hear my phone ringing. I see it says the bank, like the fraud division of the bank. I'm like, what the hell is this? So anyway, they called me and they said the check that I deposited it wasn't real and I need to come into the bank. At this point, I'm bawling my eyes out like I'm like, what the hell? Cause at this point I think I'm getting in trouble because I'm a foreign worker. I don't know what kind of situation is this, and I've never been scammed before. So I called the police and everything, and they met me at the bank, and they were saying that I should not be afraid because I'm actually the victim of this situation. Anyway, as they're bawling because it was all of the savings I had from the time I'd entered Canada. And the police, they were trying to contact back the persons, but they couldn't because they said it was like outside of Canada. It was in Africa that they're located. So basically my money was lost and the bank closed my account based on that check that was deposited. Yeah, and it was very like I cried so much because as a foreign worker, you try to put on every little dime you get. Worse when you know you're not sure of the situation that you're gonna be in. Are you gonna stay? Are you gonna go back home? So you wanna have a little savings. And all of that was my little savings, right? And I was seeking other ways out because we thought we were going home at the time. So just be careful, even though it's employment website, because Indeed is a job website over here in Canada, which I wouldn't expect that fraud would be going on over there because everybody tells you that's where you apply for jobs, whatever. So just be careful. Not everything that glitters is gold. Even in this situation, I was able to help my roommate because she was applying for the same job. So when I saw the check come to the house, I could tell her that, listen, don't deposit this check. So I guess in the good I get out of this is that I saved her from being in the same position as myself, but I learned my lesson. It was a hard one, $2,800 later, but I'm sure that money is finished by now because with these racketing scammers, it's a ring of people, it's not just one person. So I know that money is done long time, but this is a lesson to anyone out there who is going on those job websites to be careful. Okay? And When I saw this girl video, I'm like, I thought it was only me that this happened to, but when I saw this other girl post the video about the same Indeed scam, I realized that they're still going on with what they're doing. So just be careful, guys.